end as well. It's got 53 to his name. To find some form ahead of T20 matches to come.
Slip is out now into extra cover.
And back on the cover fence, so straight back to 4 on the fences here as Buck goes in once more. Ball's very falling, it's driven again down towards mid-on, and Hutton is there and the over comes to an end. So success for Nathan Buck has finally broken this opening partnership, which is really good to watch. But Pakistan in complete control, chasing 274 here. They're 161 for 1.
Yeah, Babar Azam off the marker immediately. Imam ul Haq, as you say, has been pretty entertaining at the other end as well. Overshadowed by Fakhar Zaman's century, but he himself is unbeaten on 53. But, very solid indeed.
Change of bowling from the Lynn Wilson end, Brett Hutton.
So Hutton returning for Northants now. Changing ends, 5 overs for 39. His initial burst from the Wantage Road end. Now down at the Wilson end. And it's going to come right arm round. Imam ul Haq has got 53 to his name. Hutton comes in past umpire Burns and bowls just outside the off stump and gets deflected very fine past the wicketkeeper and down to the fine leg fence for 4 runs. It was deliberately played. I don't think Imam would have been aiming quite that fine. Would have been catching practice to second slip. A bit the dive of Adam King with the gloves today for Northants and away for a boundary. So Imam picking up where Fakhar left off. His 5th boundary gets to 57, 165 for 1 at the start of the 24th over. Hutton moves in once more. And gets pulled away. This could be 4 more towards fine leg. No, a good save from Buck actually. Just covered the ground in good order away to his left-hand side from long leg. Well, ball went very fine, and I thought would have been whistling into the Spencer Pavilion boundary. But just a single to Imam goes to 58 now, 166 for 1 in the 24th. David Ripley, the Northants coach, wandering back the pavilion down beneath us. Would have been encouraged by Josh Cobb's runs today, and I'm sure would have taken note of a decent spell from Azarullah so far, as Hutton comes in again from the far end to Azam for the first time, who defends out towards mid-wicket, and there is no run. I'm always confused whether to call the Pakistanis by their first or second names, because it's not quite as straightforward as
It's not, no.
John Smith, is it?
With Babar Azam, he's got Babar written on the back, Fakhar Zaman, again, Fakhar written on the back, and Imam ul Haq. It's not ul Haq, it's Imam on the back.
Hutton right arm over, and Babar deflects one down to third man away to our right-hand side, and they go through for a single, and the score flicks over to 167 for 1. I went to a hockey match once in India, and one of the teams was from Punjab, where Singh was the common name. So you had to use players' first names, because all 11 were somebody Singh. Hutton round the wicket. Slower ball, turned away with the angle by Imam, and they're going to get a couple of runs. The ball just dropped between long leg and deep square. The score flicks over to 169 for 1, and Imam goes to 60.
It's quite similar in South India as well, where somebody like Ravi Chandran Ashwin is known by Ashwin, even though that's his second name on paper. Was in fact his father's name.
Okay.
So he doesn't like being called Ravi or anything like that.
Hutton once more, and back and across goes Imam, defending back to the bowler's left hand, and there was no end to end the over. 24 gone here, Pakistan in complete control, chasing 274. They're 169 for 1. But Northants have at least got rid of Fakhar Zaman for 101. So he looks been called Ashwin.
Ashwin or Ash, just not Ravi. Well, not Ravi Chandran, not Ravi. He's been called Ravi Ashwin by a lot of commentators over the years. I made that mistake fatally almost when he was named man of the tournament at the 2013 Champions Trophy. I was interviewing him pitch side after the final, after they beat England. And I said, "Oh, well bowled today, Ravi." Don't call me Ravi. Call me Ashwin.
Here's Nathan Buck running away from us, bowling very full to Babar Azam, who drives with no timing really out towards mid-on, and there is no run. You learned your lesson in a hurry there.
Yeah, since then we've spoken a fair few times, and now it's Ash, so all forgiven.
Yeah, he appears as R. Ashwin on most cards, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Comes Buck again, past the umpire. Slower ball outside the off stump. The Barber lets go and it bounces through to Adam King behind the stumps, who takes it with a long barrier. So there's no set way of forming names.
Depends on regions and things like that, and you know, a lot of Pakistanis may be called Khan, so they may be, you know, just like Singh would be preferred to, you know, use their first name, because there's a lot of Khans in Pakistan and in India indeed as well.
But going in again and bowling full, clipped down the ground by Barber, in the air for a little time, but past the non-strikers end stumps and down towards Hutton, coming to his left-hand side to collect, and there is no run.
Well, you see in limited overs cricket around the world, particularly T20 tournaments, they've got nicknames on the back now and all sorts of things, so hard to keep up with what they like to be called.
Yeah, it's getting a bit
we
messy,
should be
isn't it?
calling them.
Yeah, when Andre Russell has Dre on the back of his top.
Dre Russ.
Buck in, back of the length, pulled away by Barber, and towards Saif Zaib, away to our right-hand side, and the practice wickets over there towards the big screen. Just a single, and with that wicket of Fakar, things have just calmed down a little bit. 170 for one, the 25th here. Who was the footballer that did it? I think Cesc Fabregas for Spain had Cesc on the back of his shirt for a bit. Thankfully that didn't last too long.
There are a few though who get away with it.
If you're Ronaldo, then fair enough. The original Ronaldo, that is. As Buck goes in and bowls to Imam, the left-hander, who chops one down to third man. Azawullah down there in the distance. And they get a single more. Imam to 61, 171 for one. The target about to dip down into double figures. Steady workouts here for the Pakistanis so far. Runs for their top two. A couple of quick spells for their seamers as well, as Buck goes into the right-handed Barber. Down the leg side, slower ball, pulled away towards long leg. Azza going across. Sort of makes the save, dives at the second attempt. He's having a third go now, and has just about kept the ball in play down there, and gets warm applause for his efforts as well. You could see the determination as he scrambled across there. The initial dive took the sting out of the shot.
Almost dragged it back into the rope though, and had to dive again, didn't he?
The second attempt just about flicked the ball back into play, and then he fell over, and there was all sorts going on. Either way, and Barber has 8. Imam has 61 at the halfway point. Pakistan are 173 for one, so 101 more to win. In the remaining 25 overs, should be most straightforward indeed.
Yeah, Imam on 61. On strike. Brett Hutton to continue from the far end. Continue round the wicket to the left-handed Imam. Here he comes. Short delivery and dabbed down into the onside by Imam. That one rose from just short of a length into the body of Imam ul Haq, not the tallest man. This same stage of the innings, Northants in a bit of trouble. Pakistan absolutely cruising, 173 for one. Comes Hutton once again round the wicket to Imam. This one cut away to backward point. Straight to the fielder though, no run. Tell you what, it's not a big crowd by any stretch of the imagination, but not bad for a Monday. Not bad. First Monday after the Easter break. A fair few youngsters in as well, fair few Pakistan supporters as well. Hutton comes in again to Imam and just defends this one. Straight back down the wicket, no run. Lots of people out by the outdoor nets watching some of the Pakistani squad players having some net practice. So seeking an opportunity to get another autograph and a selfie. Some of the players down there. Hutton comes in again to Imam. This one wider and cut away past the extra cover fielder. They're through for two more as the fielder on the boundary on the offside runs around, cuts that one off. So another couple to Imam ul Haq, who moves on to 63. Into the 26th over here. Pakistan chasing at 174 for victory, 175 for one now, so target down to just 99. Hutton comes in as the umpire again, and a little shimmy down the wicket. Imam gets the ball on the full, but manages to just toe end it to the mid-wicket fielder. Just having a little look at his bat now. Didn't sound too great, that. Won't need a change of bat though. Imam just examines his field as the fine leg fielder is brought up inside the circle. Long on back out, deep cover, third man as well, deep mid wicket. And it comes Hutton full and outside the off stump, driven through the covers. It's going to be a single out to the sweeper on the offside. And it's a no ball as well. So Brett Hutton overstepping, and it's going to be a free hit with Babar Azam on strike. So Northants can change the field because a single was taken. Different batsman on strike, of course. The fine leg comes inside the circle for Babar Azam. Three men out on the boundary on the leg side now. We see a deep mid-wicket, a deep sort of cow corner, deep long on, long off his back out. And the deep cover has been brought back inside the circle. Then comes Hutton over the wicket to Babar, who slays this into the leg side out towards deep mid-wicket. And it's just a single. And that is the end of the 26th over. 26 gone. Pakistan 178 for one. With that, Babar moves on to 9. Imam ul Haq at the other end on to 64.
So just 4 and over required here, and Pakistan looking to cruise home in this chase. Just a case of getting a bit of form ahead of challenges to come. Leicester on Wednesday in a T20, England in a T20 international, the sole T20 international of the weekend, before that 5-match one-day series in the build-up to the World Cup begins.
Nathan Buck to continue. Into Babar Azam. Just defends this into the ground, and they run through for a quick single. Good calling there from Imam at the non-striker's end. Backing up very well. Good early, loud shout of yes. And safely through for another single. I don't think the Pakistanis would mind losing a wicket or two anytime soon. They could do with a bit of batting practice for the likes of Haris Sohail and Sarfraz Ahmed in the middle order.
Yeah, Sahel made 75 at the weekend. Safras failed though. Set it Shoaib Malik, but not playing here today.
Buck round the wicket to Imam, short and pulled, but straight to the short mid-wicket fielder. Didn't get all of that.
Made 4 changes today, the Pakistanis. Hassan Ali, Shaheen Ali, Fahim Ashraf and Malik all not playing. And Mohammed Amir, who we saw bowl pretty well earlier on today. And that was 1 made and 1 for 45, getting a first run out. Mohammed Hasnain bowled very quickly indeed. He was good to watch.
Here comes Buck back around the wicket to Imam. Drives straight into the extra cover fielder, no run.
Junaid Khan and Asif Ali, the other players, getting their chance here today for the first time. Junaid has played a decent amount of county cricket, I think most recently for Lancashire in the T20 competition.
Yeah, wicket each for all 6 of the Pakistani bowlers today. As Buck comes in to Imam, who defends this down towards mid-off.
Also played for Middlesex, Junaid Khan. Turnovers 1 made and 1 for 70, a little expensive. But I think Hasnain's quick 7 overs is perhaps the performance to take away from the first innings of the game, I dare suggest.
Quick in terms of his bowling speeds, not quick in terms of getting the overs done in time as Buck comes in. This one's short and pulled. Didn't get all of that at all, but a couple of bounces to the deep square leg fielder. Another single to Imam ul Haq. Mohammed Amir not in the Pakistan provisional 15-man World Cup squad. In the 17-man touring party for the tour games here in the matches against England, the T20 and the one-dayers. Babar Azam back on strike. Buck comes in, drives this one straight down the ground. 4 runs, full face of the bat onto that one, straight off the middle of the bat. Made a lovely sound as it raced back past Nathan Buck and into the sight screen for 4 runs.
It's a gorgeous shot, but no means a half volley. Just full of a good length. But we've seen what a decent pitch this has been all day, despite being used for a third 50-over match here. It's played very well. Punched through the line there. Great to see.
Takes Babar Azam on to 14, and that's the end of the 27th over. 27 gone. Pakistan 184 for 1.
Change of bowling from the Lynn Wilson end, Tom Sole.
So Tom Sole back into the attack with his off spin.
Just a couple of overs from Hutton. Back to the spin of Sol now.
He comes round the wicket to Imam, who plays and misses at that one outside the off stump. 90 more required for Pakistan to win this match. Imam on strike on 65. Just cuts this one fine. Straight to the short third man fielder, no run. Sweepers either side, and long on and long off in place as well. This one full and just defended straight back to Sol for no run. Sol in again, this time outside the off stump and driven out to the deep cover fielder for a single. Takes Imam on to 66. Babar Azam back on strike, so Sol will come over the wicket with his right arm off spin. You see more cloud cover here over the ground. Sol wide this time to Babar Azam, gets away with that one.
Looked very wide, didn't it?
Babar just leaving it alone, expecting the umpire to call that one. This one straight and fuller, and good half stop, I think, from Sol, just getting fingertips onto that as it was driven down the ground. It's a single to finish off the 28th over. 28 gone, Pakistan 185 for 1. Good tight over there from Tom Sol, just a couple of runs coming from it.
You're mentioning what a competitive side Pakistan are in T20s, currently ranked the #1 team in the world.
Absolutely.
By a comfortable margin as well in terms of their rating. India second, England third, Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, West Indies, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh completes the top 10.
Change of bowling from the pavilion end, Ian Holland.
And then perhaps a little surprisingly, Scotland are ranked number 11th, so ahead of Zimbabwe and the Netherlands. Hong Kong have had some encouraging performances of late, down in 16th place. But all these teams, UAE and Nepal among them, ranked above Ireland. Ireland considered
A little bit strange.
yeah, one of the stronger associate nations, if not.
Well, full test playing nation
Yeah.
now. So Ian Holland back into the attack. Babar Azam on striking comes Holland. Good delivery, just defended into the offside by Babar Azam. Yeah, Pakistan have been consistently in and around the top of the T20 rankings ever since they came into force, really.
Well, it's an ODI's ranked 6th at the moment, Pakistan.
Holland comes into Babar again, who just dabs this into the offside. Quick single, good running, good understanding between these two. Wasn't a call that time, just a little look up. Imam was following up very well. England top of the ODI rankings still. India second. That was the Champions Trophy final everybody expected last time around. Pakistan causing the upset though in the semi-final against England in Cardiff. Holland comes in over the wicket to Imam, who drives and well fielded by the bowler, who just gets a couple of hands onto that. Goes through to the extra cover fielder for a single.
Yeah, you do get a little sense that England might just be flat track bullies, because they play some wonderful cricket on very flat pitches, but there's been something in it, they have struggled.
Holland into Babar this time, he drives through the covers. Bit of work for the sweeper to do out there, but he keeps it to just a single.
It's that ODI against South Africa at Lords, where there's a bit of a green tinge to the pitch and South Africa ran through them. And as you mentioned, that very dry pitch in Cardiff, where England really stumbled on.
Comes Holland to Imam, who's down the wicket and slays this over the covers, but out to the sweeper on the offside boundary, just a single. I mean, it's going to be a very good World Cup. I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed with the West Indies team selection. Sunil Narine not in there. Karan Pollard doing so well in the IPL. Different format, but same principles apply. Again, not selected. Holland comes in, and this one driven beautifully down the ground by Babar Azam. Straight back into the sight screen and 4 more runs.
He's looked in very good order coming out here. A couple of lovely punches down the ground. He's gone briskly to 21 not out here.
He's a solid player. Never really looks out of form, Babar Azam, even when he's not scoring that heavily. Very compact, good timer of the ball, good driver. Latches onto the short balls well as well. 190 for 1 now. In fact, 194 with that boundary. Babar on to 21. Imam ul Haq 68, and 29 overs gone now, so it's going to be Tom Sol to continue from the far end. Into Imam, he's wrapped on the pads and into the offside, no run. back round the wicket to Imam. This one shorter and wider, and pulled out of that cut shot in the end. Imam ul Haq there to be hit.
A long time in international exile, really, Sadal Narayan.
Sort of flicked around the corner by Imam for a single down to short fine leg.
Hasn't played any international for 2 years now.
Yeah, continues to do so well in these T20 leagues all around the world.
Yeah.
Sold into Barber at this time, who just dabs this into the offside, no run.
Yeah, there's obviously a degree of politics involved, because there was a real standoff with a good chunk of West Indies' better players who had found riches around the world in these T20 competitions.
Cut away by Barber, out towards deep cover, bit of work to do. Zaid out there, and they run through for a couple of runs. Yeah, a few of those players, the likes of Chris Gale, have been welcomed back though. Sol comes into Barber again, who flicks this into the leg side this time, towards square leg for another single. And that's the end of the 30th over. Pakistan in their pursuit of 274 or 197 for one.
And his record is very impressive, 65 ODIs, 92 wickets at 26. Economy rate 412.
His economy rate throughout his IPL career as well, which is the highest standard, you know, I would say of T20 cricket around the world,
Yeah.
certainly the most star-studded league, is just over 6 runs and over in a competition like that throughout 150 odd matches.
Here's Ian Holland then running away from us to bowl to Barber, who drives to point and making a couple of runs here. Fielder has gone quickly to his left from deep cover, but they come scampering back. Excellent running. Never an excuse for non-excellent running really, but always impressive when you see good cricketing awareness to come back and steal a second run, as Barber does there. Goes to 24, 198 for one in the 31st over here. 48 T20 internationals for Sunil Narayan, 50 wickets at 21, economy rate 602. Driven again by Barber, this time past extra cover, and this will run away for 4. Wasn't a great delivery from Ian Holland. Wide of the off stump, full length, and Barber leant into it and steers it away towards the signal box to our left-hand side, and that brings the 200 up for the Pakistanis.
Yeah, it was there to be hit, that one. It was full and wide, as you say. But Babar Azam is not going to miss out on those. Very, very good driver of the ball. He moves on to 26.
202 for one. Holland goes in again, and this is just defended, gets it past the bowler. Holland was trying to come across to field in his follow-through, but go away for the single. Over to 29, 203 for one. Well, West Indies lucky to be in the World Cup at all, really, because they should have been beaten by Scotland in that deciding qualifying match out in Zimbabwe. A pretty unfortunate LBW decision did for Scotland, as Imam goes across his stumps here and works Holland through square leg. They run the first one hard, and Imam gets his head down, comes tearing back for the second run. More excellent running. Very, very good cricket from Imam ul Haq. Straight away he knew there was 2. It was just a dab, and the fieldsman didn't have too much ground to make to his left-hand side. Charlie Thurston there, away to our left at deep square. Imam knew there was a second run available and came tearing back. Goes to 71. 205 for one in the 31st over. Holland goes in again, and Imam is bowled! Coming down a wicket, having a heave down the ground, and his middle stump is knocked out of the ground. So Imam gone now. Northants have a second wicket, and Pakistan are 205 for 2.
Yeah, head was all over the place when he was trying to play that shot in the air. Wasn't steady enough, and ball straight through him. Middle stump out of the ground, and a well-played 71 from Imam ul Haq. It's been good entertainment. Played second fiddle early on to Fakhar Zaman, who made that brilliant 101. A good opportunity here for some of Pakistan's middle-order batsmen to have a knock. It looks like it's Sarfraz Ahmed, the captain, coming out at number 4 to spend a bit of time in the middle. I don't think he'll mind that too much as well, the skipper. So Imam getting a warm round of applause from his teammates on the balcony. Some of the Pakistan fans as well who've turned up here today in Northampton.
And there are quite a few of them. I'll be prepared to say that the Pakistan supporters are a quarter of the crowd here at least.
Absolutely, and lots of younger faces as well.
Yeah.
Saw a couple of families with younger kids coming in after sort of 3:30 this afternoon, after school finished as well. Nice little after-school treat for them.
Yeah,
Pakistan bat.
I suppose for them it's worked out perfectly, hasn't it? With Pakistan batting second here. And the supporters to our left having a chat with the Pakistan balcony, it seems. Are they having a chat, or is there a bit of an argument going on?
Seems a bit heated at the moment.
Yes, isn't it?
And in fact, players just halted for a while as Sarfraz glances over to see exactly what is going on.
This is definitely quite heated all of a sudden. This is a little bit... There's a chap in a blue hoodie and another chap in a grey hoodie gesturing towards the Pakistan balcony.
And it's certainly one of the players there, and I just saw one of the members of the coaching staff tapping the player on the shoulder saying, "Don't get involved."
So Holland going in. The new batsman here is Sarfraz Ahmed, who plays towards point. And
Are they Pakistan fans, or...?
There's no one to run the over. Put it this way, I haven't seen them turn up to watch a Northants match this season. End of the over anyway, 31 gone, 207 for 2, so Pakistan well on their way to chasing 274, but yeah, and I think a member of security has just come down here to have more than a stern word to defuse the situation.
It looks as though a couple of the key guys wearing the hoodies have been asked to leave. They've certainly made their way around out of the stand to our left.
Well, heaven knows what caused that, because Imam was just walking off, having made a fine 71. There was applause, and then suddenly a bit of row broke out to our left. Most unusual. Anyway, play continues, and Tom Sole bowls to Babar Azam here, who cuts out towards deep cover. They come charging up with the second. Sarfraz has to hurry. Oh, goodness! Tom Sole misses the stumps. And that would have been very tight indeed. Sarfraz called back by Babar Azam. Sarfraz not one of the more naturally gifted athletes in the Pakistan team. I think he may have been really struggling there. Tom Sole whipped the bails off, but he missed completely. This is cut away again by Babar for the same fielder, Saif Zaib, away to our right-hand side. And this time they just wander through for a very gentle
Sarfraz
single.
didn't even give him an opportunity to think about two there, just jogged through for that single.
So Babar to 34, 210 for 2, and, well, the tension for the moment to our left-hand side has been diffused, but very unsavoury, the scenes over there, as Sarfraz comes forward here and plays down towards long on, out towards the Wilson stand, and they get a gentle single.
So, I think maybe they're Haris Sahel fans and wanted to see him up the order ahead of Sarfraz.
Oh, I've no idea at all. There is a steward clad in a luminous yellow topknot over there, as Babar pushes a low full toss from Sole down the ground for a single, 212 for 2. But that was most odd. Whether, this is only speculation, but whether one of the supporters had said something to Imam as if it was a terrible shot or something. I suppose it was a terrible shot. This is pushed towards short fine leg for no run, and a member of the Pakistan team had taken exception and said something back, and that would have caused an argument. I'm not sure, but very unsavoury there. But it has now calmed down, I'm pleased to say, to our left. The Sole bowls, and forward comes Sarfraz, pushing back to the bowler's left hand. And there is no run. Sarfraz immediately here has waved towards the dressing room because he's hot. Wants to take a sweater off. So out comes one of the Pakistan substitutes to take his captain's sweater.
Certainly was huffing and puffing as he ran through for that 2 and nearly got run out. In fact, he's taken 2 layers off. Oh, in fact, no, he had 2 shirts on and a jumper. So he's taken his one of his shirts off and...
I think he's put a slip over back on. So
there we go.
He wants 1 layer on. Well, the 12th man is just, well, he was called back there for a moment. I think he's okay. 212 for 2 anyway. 32 overs gone. So plenty more time to knock off the remaining 62 required here. Pakistan should get over to canter. Still a few murmurings to our left-hand side, but the situation has calmed down, which I'm pleased to say. Ian Holland goes in, and a gentle touch here from Babar Azam down to 3rd man for a single. Goes to 36 in quick time here, Babar. 2:13 for 2 in the 33rd over. I saw Phil Rowe, the Northants assistant coach, on the balcony, just going across to Pakistan dressing room just to check everything was in order. Things do appear to have settled down to our left. As Holland goes in once more, and Sarfraz on the back foot steers this to backward point. And there is no run. Safe warming up now down to our right-hand side. Looks as if he'll get a little turn before this game's out.
Yeah, regarding what did happen over to our left, I wouldn't have been surprised if somebody did say it was a poor shot, because talk after this delivery.
Holland in, and an inside edge via the pad as Sarfraz looks to work leg side. The ball runs away to cover, no run.
I've seen it time and time again with fans from around the world, particularly fans of South Asian countries. They're so passionate about their cricket. Doesn't matter if somebody's just got 150. If he plays a poor shot, they will make it known that they're disappointed with that particular shot. And that could have started off that little exchange between those supporters and the players.
Holland in, outside the off stump, and cracked away by Sarfraz to deep cover away to our left-hand side. Again, Babar's calling him back for a second run. This time it's much more comfortable. And the Pakistan captain gets down the far end and goes to 3. 2:15 for 2. And just the way that the stand is situated here, the Ken Turner stand in which we're sat is actually above the dressing rooms, which are round to our left as Holland goes in and Sarfraz drives pleasantly out towards Cobb, the Northants captain for the day, at mid-off, and there is no run, so the supporters there, if you like, have the high ground, looking down on the Pakistan balcony away to our left. Obviously somebody took exception, couldn't quite bite their upper lip over there, and that caused that brief exchange. Holland in, and Sarfraz waits, and then opens the face, turns it down to 3rd man for a single, towards the bank of yellow seats, and the over comes to an end with a single. Sarfraz will keep the strike, he's got 4. Babar Azam has played fluently for his 36 so far. 2:15 for 2, the Pakistanis, chasing 274 to win. Sparkling century for Fakhar Zaman, 101, and Imam ul Haq, 71. Provided some excellent entertainment
Change of bowling from the Liverpool
since
net.
lunch.
Safe Zaid.
And now we are going to see Safe Zabe here for Northants. Young left-arm spinner. Nothing with the bat for him earlier on. Only made 1 before chipping a catch back to Yazir Shah. As mentioned earlier on, has been around the club for a very long time. Academy product. He was given a 3-year contract when he was 16, which is quite the statement. But has never really kicked on. Has had brief moments for the first team. but it's running out of time. Here he comes then, far end, left arm around. Bowls to Sarfraz, who's just waiting and dabbing a single into cover. Across goes Richard Levy from extra cover to field. The score flicks over to 217 for 2. Zabe to Barber. Barber is back and pushing down towards long on in front of the Wilson stand. And they go through for a gentle single. So Barber up to 37, 218 for 2 as Sarfraz now drives down the ground out towards the Dennis Brooks gates on the far side of the ground. 219 for 2. FM update now for BBC Radio Northampton listeners, so bear with. We've seen a sparkling century from the Pakistan opener Fakhar Zaman, who made 101 from just 78 balls. A cracking effort, including 15 boundaries and a 6 in leading Pakistan's progress here, chasing 2-7-4 to win. Imam ul Haq has also played very well at the other end, but he's just been dismissed for 71. But now I'm watching Babar Azam lifting Saif Zaid for 6 over mid-wicket to continue Pakistan's superb progress towards their target. They're 2-2-5 for 2 now in the 34th over. Earlier on today, Josh Cobb made a career best 146 not out. 12 boundaries and 6 sixes for him, but no one at the other end could stay with him. 20s for Curran, Thurston, Sol and Hutton were only bit-part rolls, and this 2-7-3 for 6 that Northants have put up looks plenty short. Pakistan going really well, 2-2-5 for 2 in the 34th over. Back with you online, and Sarfraz here playing forward. Barber, beg your pardon, playing forward back to the bowler to end the over. So Zabe being pulled away for 6 in the end, over mid-wicket in this first over. And now the target getting ever closer, 49 to win in the remaining 16 overs. Barber has 43 and Sarfraz has 6. Victory by 100 runs for the Pakistanis on Saturday down at Beckenham. And their tour set to be given a further boost here today, Nikesh.
Absolutely, as we see another change in bowling. Azarullah back into the attack. Still 16 overs remaining in this innings. Pakistan absolutely cruising at this stage. Azarullah bowled well early on though, didn't he? 5 overs, none for 26. And that was after a couple of boundaries in that 5th over. Figures would have been even better if it wasn't for those 2 hits.
Here he comes then back into the attack. Running away from us to bowl to the Pakistan captain, Sarfraz Ahmed, who pushes a straight delivery out on the onside. They'll go through for a single, and a single is all they'll get. Fielder across from deep square in good time. So Sarfraz to 7, 2-2-6 for 2 in the 35th over. Looks like the supporters club are packing up for the day around to our left-hand side beneath the signal box by the small scoreboard down there. Gentleman in a Northants maroon top is now leaping up and down actually as he packs his books away. Barber back on strike. He's got 43. Azar is in term and he drives pleasantly. He's driven very pleasantly so far. Finds mid-on this occasion. And there is no run. So 39 for Imam on Saturday, 71 for him today, 76 for Fakhar on Saturday, 101 for him today. Barber with just 9 on Saturday, but getting some decent form here. 43 not out, and there's not really going to be enough time for Sarfraz to find any real touch with only 48 more to win now. Made just 10 on Saturday. As Azabul's very full on the leg stump and gets turned away to deep square, away to our right-hand side. And they go through for the single. Barber to 44, 2-2-7 for 2. That's where he really made his name. Azarullah, with those toe-crushing Yorkers back in 2013, was the highest wicket-taker in the competition as Northants won what was then the old 2020 Cup. Great to see him back here today. He goes in to Sarfraz, but too straight and gets clipped a fine leg. Azza, frustrated, turns immediately, marches back to his mark, just lost his line there, and got clipped away down towards the Dennis Brooks gates. Sarfraz into double figures, onto 11. 2-3-1 for 2 in the 35th over.
Yeah, Azarullah just shaking his head, disappointed with himself there. Straying into that leg stump line.
Goes up once more with his short sleeve shirt into the crease just outside the off stump, cut only as far as backward point. Zabe takes it on the bounce to his left hand side. Sarfraz wasn't involved in the T20 series in South Africa. Mohammed Rizwan did the keeping duties for the T20 series out there.
Suspended, wasn't he?
Of course, yes. Azza is in, and this is, a little around the front pad. Azza with his hands to his head as the ball comes off a thick inside edge down to long leg. Almost through there. Mohammed Azarullah. First over back into the attack is complete. 232 for 2 after 35 overs. I forgot that. That was a very unsavoury incident as well, wasn't it?
Sarfraz with those comments to Andil Feliqueo. Ended up being banned for a few games as a result. Those comments about the colour of Feliqueo's skin. Sarfraz ended up apologising for those comments. So 35 overs gone. It's going to be Saif Zaid to Sarfraz, who just dabs this one down to backward point for a single. So 232 for 2, Pakistan in the 36th over. Zaid into Babar Azam now, who cuts this one away out to the sweeper on the cover boundary. Jog through for another single. I don't think there's any danger of Sarfraz being pushed for any more twos after that earlier incident. Zaid into Sarfraz, who again dabs it down backward of point. Another single. Babar back on strike. Zaid around the wicket. And again into the gap on the offside. Another single for Pakistan. Just placing him into the sort of backward point cover region at will here. Zaid comes in to Sarfraz. This time he drives down to long on. Jog through for yet another single, 5th one of the over so far. This time Babar looks to dab this one down to third man, but gets too much bat on it. Ends up in the gap in front of cover, and another single to finish off the over. 6 singles from it, and that's 36 overs gone. Pakistan at 238 for 2. Good player of spin bowling is Babar Azam, as is Sarfraz Ahmed, incidentally. But no need to take any risks against Saif Zaid at this stage. Pakistan just requiring 274 for victory, already 238 for 2, still 14 overs remaining in the innings.
Yeah, content to see this off now, take the stump in, move on to Leicester, I imagine.
Comes Azarullah. He's continuing into Babar, who drives uppishly, a thick outside edge down to third man for a single. A few words exchanged between the two skippers, Josh Cobb and Sarfraz Ahmed, a moment ago, when Sarfraz was changing his bat. He's already called the 12th man out to take one of his shirts off, one of his layers off. He's had a change of gloves in the last couple of overs as well. And This time change of bat as well. I think Josh Kopp just taking exception to the amount of time taken out of the game as Azarilla comes into Sarfraz, who drives down straight to mid-on, no run.
Well, Kopp was out there for pretty much the whole time as Pakistan rather laboured in bowling those 50 overs. It was a good 3 hours 45 almost.
Particularly the likes of Mohammad Hasnain, just meandering back towards his run-up after each delivery. Azarullah doing something quite similar as he comes into Sarfraz once again. This one wide and signalled by the umpire as well. Play and a miss by Sarfraz, looking to drive that one through the covers.
Is it because they start play quite early in the morning in Pakistan? So they're never quite ready to go just after breakfast. It takes them a while to get into the day, so they'll wander in very slowly. Go back to their marks.
Should be up and firing by 11 o'clock, shouldn't they? They normally start at 9 or 10 o'clock out in Pakistan. Azarullah into Sarfraz, who just plays it straight to the point fielder, no run. It's good to see international cricket back in Pakistan as well of late. Slowly but surely. We've seen Sri Lanka play there. West Indies have been there, Zimbabwe have been there. There's been an international 11 as well, and the Pakistan Super League, the T20 competition, holding the entire playoff stage and the final in Karachi this year. Azarullah comes into Sarfraz, who cuts this one away nicely. Backward of point. Is it going to beat the third man fielder? Yes, it is. 4 more runs. That was beautifully guided down to the backward point, wide third man region by Sarfraz, and it's 4 more runs to Pakistan. He moves on to 15. Pakistan at 240 for 2 in the 37th over. Nicely steered, wasn't it? Just opened the blade, guided it away. As the scoreboard ticks over, 244 for 2 now. With that boundary.
Just a bit too much width offered by Azhar there. By and large, it's been pretty much stump to stump in this spell so far. As you have to be, really, in modern one-day cricket, particularly international cricket on good pitches. Any width gets punished.
Here he comes in again to Sarfraz, who drives to mid-on this time. Good contact, but straight to the fielder, no run. 1 ball remaining in this 37th over.
Very difficult to defend. Only 4 men outside the circle. See almost all international attacks now going stump to stump. Largely with 3 out on the leg side.
Azhar into Sarfraz again, who looks to guide this one down to third man, but a play and a miss to finish off the 37th over. 37 gone, Pakistan 244 for 2. Just another 30 required for victory. Sarfraz on to 19 now, Babar Azam at the other end, 48.
Wants a new bat down here, Babar Azam. Not happy with the first one for his first 48 runs.
Seemed to be striking it well enough to me, unless he's done some damage to his bat. Lots of changes of bats and gloves and shirts and all sorts in this Pakistan innings. We're going to see Safe Zaid continue into Babar Azam. Drives this one down to long off for a single. Easy going here for Pakistan. Low risk cricket at the moment. Sarfraz this time drives it off the back foot down towards long off. And Babar Azam running the first one quickly. Sarfraz not interested, just walking through the final 10 or so yards of that single. Not interested in any twos anymore, Sarfraz. Babar Azam on strike this time and drives it towards the bowler, who fields it well, Safe Zaid. At the end, Sarfraz sending back Babar Azam. So no run. played this time shorter and just punched off the back foot into extra cover by Babar Azam. No run once again. This one just dabbed towards backward point, and they are through for a single. And that's 50 for Babar Azam.
50 for Babar Azam.
Round of applause from the Pakistani supporters and the players on the balcony as well. This one guided down towards third man by Sarfraz Ahmed. Cut off by the short third man fielder, so a single to finish off the 38th over. And Pakistan now 248 for 2.
44 deliveries, I think. 4 fours and a 6 in Babar's effort. Moving his side swiftly towards victory here.
Babar Azam's 50 came in 34 balls with 4 fours and 1 6.
There you go, confirmation. Hardly noticed he's got there.
Very swiftly, isn't he?
Very swiftly indeed. He hasn't really played any kind of slogs, as we saw early on from the likes of Fakhar Zaman and Imam ul Haq. Just played proper cricketing shots. Very unassuming, but 50 from 44. Azarullah continues into Sarfraz, who plays it straight to the point fielder. No run. Again, good time spent out in the middle for Babar Azam, and Sarfraz Ahmed now as well. He's moved on to 21. Skipper not getting going with the bat on this tour so far, with that match at Kent, promoting himself up the order here today. Azar comes in once again to Sarfraz, this time short and almost hit straight to the mid-on fielder. One bounce. Brett Hutton in the end.
Curry still doing business to our right. They just waft above our nostrils.
The Key Manans were doing good business when I was down there.
Yeah.
Very popular indeed. It was a 10-minute wait when I was down there.
Cool.
In comes Azar once again to Sarfraz, who just guides this down towards third man. Jog through for a single. It wasn't full-blown curries down there, it was more sort of the barbecue stuff and the kebabs and all the stuff that was cooked in the tandoor oven there. And the keema naans, certainly the most popular dish. Azar in to Babar this time, who again guides it down to third man for another single. Doing good business on the chips as well. Everyone was getting chips with every portion of Indian food. You see from the body language of the Northants players, they just want to get this over and done with now. 250 up for Pakistan. 24 more runs required for victory. 12 overs to do it in almost. Azar into Sarfraz, who drives this powerfully but straight to the mid-on fielder rather. No run.
Just for the first time there. Stepped away the leg, didn't he, and tried to go down the ground.
We've seen a number of drives, haven't we, straight to the mid-on fielder from Babar and from Sarfraz. Azar once again to Sarfraz, this one driven through the offside, a good bit of fielding at extra cover. They'll run through for the single nonetheless. And that's the end of the 39th over. Pakistan 251 for 2 in their pursuit of 274. Sarfraz to 23, Babar Azam 51.
At any time, including when this match is finished. Thank you.
Azarula getting a good run out here today with the ball. Slightly tiring though, you feel, conceding a few more runs in his second spell. So we see Safe Zaid continuing this one, swept over the head of the short fine leg fielder. 4 runs to the skipper Sarfraz Ahmed. More chance of Zindabad from the Pakistan fans. Not heard that for a while.
Does that mean long live?
Yes, long live Pakistan. Safe Zaid in again to Sarfraz. He gives himself some room and this time hits this one over cover. Straight out to the sweeper on the offside, so they jog through for a single. 256 for 2 now. Sarfraz Ahmed onto 28. Zaid in again to Barber, who's down the wicket and smashes it straight over the head of long on. 6 runs. For a moment, the long-on fielder thought he may have had a chance at that, but in the end it was 2 or 3 yards over his head. And into the white seats over at the far side of the ground for 6 runs.
Fancy getting back on the bus pretty quickly here all of a sudden. Beautiful strike down the ground, sailed over long-on set onto the balcony.
Comes Zaid again into Barbaru, slog sweeps, and is that going to be another 6? Yes it is. Over deep mid-wicket this time. Longer part of the ground as well, that. Very good contact indeed, so Barber moves quickly onto 63 now. Pakistan 268 for 2, within a hit of victory.
Yeah, very quickly. One hit will do this. Already put the accelerator down last 5 overs or so, and they're going to win at an absolute canter now.
Here comes Safe Zaid into Barber, who just drives this one down towards long off. And they swap bats as they cross the batsman. Sarfraz was calling for yet another bat, unhappy with his change of bat, but he's going to face up here with Babar Azam's bat.
Well done, Babar.
And Safe Zaid. And Sarfraz cuts this one away nicely. Down towards the deep cover boundary. Babar tries to get his bat back, but Sarfraz says it's the end of the over, I'm going to take strike anyway.
He is going to get another bat now at the end of the over, but is that really necessary with 4 to win? I mean, they could just keep swapping bats, but that would look a little unsavoury, I suppose.
I think Barber is saying, Skip, what are you doing? And he's showing him the area on the bat that he's unhappy with. And that's his second change of bat for the skipper. 12th man now examining the change of bat out in the middle instead of running off and getting on with the game. So 4 more required for victory for Pakistan. 10 overs remaining. As you heard, Brett Hutton back into the attack.
Away he goes then, 4 to win. Hutton right arm over ball's very full and gets clipped away by Sarfraz to the square boundary to our right hand side. And they go through for a single. So some runs here for the Pakistan captain, steering his side to a very comfortable victory. They're going to stroll over the line with 9 overs to spare here. 2-7-1 for 2. But Fakar, the star of the day really is 77 ball 100. And Imam good value too for his 71 as Hutton goes into Barber. Very full, good Yorker actually, dug out towards backward point. Zaid comes across to collect, and there is no run. But Josh Cobb will take away plenty from his afternoon as stand-in skipper for Northants with his unbeaten 146. Some valuable form for him before the final 3 games of the one-day cup for Northants. They have to win all 3 to have any remote chance of going through. Yorkshire to come on Wednesday, back here at Wantage Road, a 1 o'clock start. And again, this is driven away, but only as far as extra cover. Levy is there, and there is no run. Grace Road on Saturday for Northants before Notts Visit Wantage Road on Bank Holiday Monday to complete the One-Day Cup campaign, and then a week off, providing Northants don't get through, which looks most unlikely, having only won one of 5 matches so far, before the Championship returns 2 weeks today up at Old Trafford. Hutton in to Barber. Oh, an excellent Yorker again, which is well dug out. Almost ran through to the off stump there. Very well bowled here from Hutton, determined that the winning runs aren't going to come off his bowling. Just 3 to win here. 2-7-1 for 2. The crowd have gathered away to our right hand side, about to cheer the winning runs and make their way to the exit. The Pakistanis up to Leicester on Wednesday night for a T20. And then to Cardiff on Sunday for the first game against England of the summer, as this is widely off stump and driven, but only as far as extra cover again. So maybe we will need one more over. Cardiff on Sunday, a 2:30 start for the first England-Pakistan match. England get the international summer underway on Friday against Ireland over in Dublin. It's an ODI, then they go back to T20 to play Pakistan, and then back to ODIs to play Pakistan again. No sense at all. As Hutton goes in, this is driven down the ground, and there's the winning runs. A gorgeous shot from Babar Azam, full blade of the bat, back at the pitch, finds the long-on boundary, and it's a splendid end to a stroll of a chase for the Pakistanis. They've won here by 8 wickets. Barber ends up 68 not out as Captain Sarwar's with him on 30.
By 8 wickets.
But Fakhar Zaman, the star of the chase with 101, and Imam Good Valley as well for his 71. Pakistan have won here with 9 overs to spare, and they've been good to watch.
Absolutely, it's been good entertainment. We saw Mohammed Amir and Junaid Khan with a good opening spell of bowling early on. Of course, Northants coming back into the game, but a wicket each for each of their 6 bowlers used today. I think that will give them good confidence, despite 1 or 2 of them, including Junaid Khan. Towards the end there, you can see he did 79 from his 10 overs. But all in all, a good workout for the Pakistanis. Good time spent in the middle today for Sarfraz Ahmed, who didn't get much of a knock at Kent at the weekend. He finished his 30 not out. Babar Azam continuing as well to spend some more time out in the middle. 68 for him today, unbeaten. And as you say, Fakhar Zaman, 101. It was beautiful entertainment for the crowd here, the Pakistan fans and the locals who have come in to watch this game today. 101 in double quick time, and him 21 as well. It's been a professional performance from Pakistan. You just feel there are 1 or 2 areas they need to work on, particularly their fielding, which was a little bit poor today. Some of their death bowling wasn't so good, although credit goes to Josh Cobb, and some of the lower order batting from Northants as well. But all in all, a professional performance here from Pakistan. And
yes, indeed. Yeah, played very well here today, and 2 from 2 in their tour of the British Isles, which they'll be hoping might conclude with victory in the World Cup come July. Who knows? But 2 wins from 2 for the Pakistanis. They're back in action on Wednesday in a T20 at Leicester. And for Northants, they're back here also on Wednesday to play Yorkshire in the One-Day Cup. I'll be back for that, so I'll speak to you soon, and I'm sure Nikesh will be on the air soon as well. Any T20s coming up?
yeah, lots of IPL coming up. I'll be back on air on 5 Live Sports Extra with all the playoff come next week.
Well, we'll hear from you soon, and for Northants listeners, you'll hear from me on Wednesday. Speak to you then. Bye for now. Yeah, just do a hit into the 6 and then get a little interview when we're done. Right, safe trip back, and see you again, I'm sure. I'm on ISDN 10.
Northamptonshire County Cricket Club, thank you very much for your attendance today. We hope you enjoyed
Yeah, ISDN 10, hopefully.
Thanks to our sponsors and MSR.
Cheers.
A reminder to spectators that the next fixture here at the county ground is on Wednesday, when Northamptonshire play Yorkshire in the Royal London One Day Cup competition. That match starts at 1 p.m. Until next time, have a very pleasant evening and a safe journey home. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, I am. Yes, hello. How you doing, fella? Hello? Hello? Yes, John, yes. Hello? Hello, hello? What's going on? Hello? What's going on? Yeah, all right. Yeah, so 40 seconds. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want me on to the...
A very good morning from myself, Alex Winter. Welcome to Wantage Road for this Pakistan tour match against Northamptonshire, the second of their tour of the British Isles, ahead of the ODI series against England to come, T20 to come as well, and then of course the World Cup later in the summer. Grey morning here in Northampton, little patches of blue sky, the sun trying to poke through, but a duller day, certainly than the bank holiday weekend. Cracking Easter Sunday here, Northampton. Cup, but have lost since then, so they're struggling to qualify in the one-day cup competition and have changed their side here today to try and give some of the fringe members of their squad a little go. There are some regular first-teamers involved as well. Northampton won the toss and they're going to bat first here, and they have Curran, so the opening pair that played here on Friday against Worcestershire. Josh Cobb is the captain here today. Alex Wakely is rested. Charlie Thurston makes his first appearance of the summer. Three forms of the game last year. Ricardo Vasconcelos will keep wicket. Safe Zaid plays, having played at Lancashire in the one-day cup. Tom Sol of the summer, the Scotland international. Ian Holland plays here on loan from Hampshire, and Nathan Buck also in the side. Brett Hutton makes his first appearance of the summer. He's missed the first part of the campaign with 11 on the card. It's a remarkable return to Northants colours for Mohammed Azarullah, a fairy tale really when he joined the county best part of a decade ago now, and saw them to T20 success in 2013. It was quite the story. Azarullah released a couple of years ago, but back here today, has been playing. Took a few wickets as well during his second 11 appearances as well, and Northants in need of a body really here today. Have Mohammed Azarullah back in their ranks, which is great to see. And for the Pakistani tourists, they have Imam Haq and Fakhar Zaman. Haris Sohail, Sarfraz Ahmed, steadying the ship as ever as captain for a long, long time now. Imad Wazim, Asif Ali, Muhammad Amir, Yazir Shah, the leg spinner. Junaid Khan is a familiar name to county cricket watchers, and Mohammed Hasnain completes their 11. Sun just poking through, and the umpires Michael Burns and Rob White, the former Northants batsman, the umpires today out in the middle, beckoning the Pakistani fielders onto the ground. They're just down to our left-hand side in the huddle. And it's a very good morning to Nick.
How are you?
Not too bad, thanks. Looking forward to this one here. Always an exciting time, the start of the international summer, I suppose, with the
Absolutely, and the Pakistanis with good memories in England, of course, having won the Champions Trophy on this soil in 2017, of course, beating bitter rivals India in that particular final. They have a very good record in one-day international. In recent times, performed well in their last couple of test series here as well against the English. So good memories as far as they're concerned. Led today, of course, by Sarfraz Ahmed, the captain who lifted that Champions Trophy. It's an overused phrase in world cricket, but there will be dark horses for this Cricket World Cup. You never quite know which Pakistan team is going to turn up there. That is the only problem with them, their consistency. When you look down their lineup, they certainly have got some very exciting players that are like, as you mentioned, opening the batting for them a little bit later. Babar Azam with a fantastic ODI record. Haris Sohail, Mohammed Amir, incidentally, is going to be opening the bowling from this end. Made the provisional 15-man World Cup squad, and what a bowler he is as well. And then on the bench today, they've got the likes of Hassan Ali, Shaheen Shah, Afridi, who played game against Kent, Fahim Ashraf as well. So plenty of depth in their squad, and it'll be interesting to see how they perform today.
So Levy and Curran, right and left-hander, out to open the batting for Northants, and the sunshine is now with us, which is great to see. Some warming sunshine on our backs here at the television gantry at the front of the Ken Turner stand. Smattering of spectators, always a little bit concerned about how many would turn up for this game here today. And about to get underway with Mohamed Amir, left arm over from the wanted road end, goes into Richard Levy, the right-hander, outside the off stump. Oh, and Levy has dragged it on first ball. Wow, what a disaster start for Northants. It was a wide, I think a low full toss from Amir, but Levy has leant out to try and drive away through the covers and has dragged it into his off stump. So he's gone for a diamond duck, and the first ball of the innings, Northants are 0 for 1.
It was there to be hit, wasn't it? It was wide, it was a low full toss, as you say. His feet towards the ball, stuck in his crease a bit, playing away from his body, and ended up just dragging it onto his stumps. Nightmare start here for Northants. Mohamed Amir will be very...
So Levy making his way off the ground very slowly indeed, away to our left-hand side. He played in the tour match against the Pakistanis last year and was what seemed to be